Okay, we have less than 3 hours here to hopefully hit 15 just to see the specialization. Um, First, I've noticed that this is where we started the very first town. We never came back here because I saw there were dungeons here. So I figured just to do something new rather than doing the same sections we've been doing, which we'll still be doing. You can come here and check this out. So let's pick this up first. Looking for something?
An axe. Specifically the axe of the woodsman. A man who stalked and butchered travelers in this area. Rumor has it, the woodsman disappeared recently and left his weapon behind. The priest who hired me didn't offer much more to go on. At this rate, I'll freeze before I find the damn thing. If you help me find the axe, I'll cut you in on the pay. Check the woods around town. I'm staying here where it's safe.
So I will say, I briefly, it only took a half hour each, checked out the Barbarian and the Druid off stream. Because again, in a half hour you can get to level 7 or 8 easy, which is way more than enough to test it out. And as expected, for me, those two were just the bottom two. And of course, when I say that, I always say personally speaking, not like they're bad, obviously. So Barbarian and then Druid is like way down there for me. You know, I like the idea of Druid because they actually have a playstyle that is kind of similar to Grim Dawn. I can't remember the name of the class, but the skill where it's basically Chain Lightning, but it's a melee attack that procs Chain Lightning. I played that in Grim Dawn, one of my other characters, and really enjoyed it. But it didn't feel the same with Druid, and Druid just didn't really click with me, as expected. Barbarian was certainly fun, but again, as I anticipated, you know, these are the 3 classes I've streamed are 1, and then Barbarian is a very far 2. But it was still nice. Again, it only took a half hour each just to check that out and verify what I already knew. Alright, I'm just fucking around here. I gotta... Oh god, I'm gonna die now. I also very briefly, for maybe a whole 5 minutes, went back to Rogue just to verify that yes, right now Rogue is definitely the one I want to main. It just feels so fun. But today we have Sorcerer, and I did go ahead and check out the skill tree and plan a build for what we're doing today. I still anticipate, here we go, checking out a bunch of different skills, but once we're done with this fight, because I can't really do this and fight at the same time, I'll go over like what we're doing here and how I see things going. So there's a new skill I'm using right now, but again, I'll go over afterwards. There, alright. Good. Alright. Wait until we're in town where enemies won't respawn on us. But this is basically like a Thundersnow mage, although it really is, it's basically just ice. The only, you know, lightning aspect is Chain Lightning, but the thing is that's like my main attack skill. So a bunch of ice augments, but the main skill is lightning, Chain Lightning. Call it like Thundersnow. Alright. Turn this. So the only deviation from yesterday, I guess we'll go over the whole thing, is that I had the points to spare, and I put it in Frost Nova. So let's just go over the entire idea right now. So my basic attack is Frostbolt, which is, you know, it's doing damage, but it's also chilling and eventually freezing enemies, which is going to be important for the specific debuff of chill or freeze. The upgrade here gives a 15% chance for chilled enemies to explode. It's a guarantee if they're frozen. So basic attack does a debuff, the augment makes people who are debuffed explode. Of course, it's not a ton of damage, but hey, you know, good, easy synergy. My main attack skill is Chain Lightning. Everyone knows what Chain Lightning does. Hits a target, bounces. First augment increases the crit chance per bounce. Now there's actually a really big amount of passives and synergy with crit in this build. We won't get it in the beta, obviously, but there's tons of crit synergy long term, which would be cool. But for now, just getting crit chance increase is nice. And then this mainly is for bosses, where when Chain Lightning bounces off of me, the next hit is 25% more damage. That way, if it's just me and a boss, it's guaranteed to bounce between us, which is just guaranteeing 25% more damage. So Chain Lightning is our main attack skill. Our other main skill is Ice Armor. This has two functions. Mainly, it's a shield. It lasts 6 seconds. And as I attack, my attacks add another shield to me. So the armor itself is absorbing attacks, and then when I attack, I add like a second shield to it, so it's kind of like a double shield there. Now again, it only lasts 6 seconds, but hey, it's nice. The upgrade gives us mana regen while this is active. So again, it's nice for defense, it's nice for regenerating mana, which is for offense, so it's just good all around. The new thing I have right now, which is something I talked about yesterday, like, oh, this looks cool, I probably want this. And this is Frost Nova. So Frost Nova is just an AoE explosion around me, freezes enemies for 2 seconds. The first upgrade makes it so that when you kill frozen enemies, they get frozen from Frost Nova. It reduces the cooldown of Frost Nova. So Frost Nova refreshes its own cooldown, which is going to be nice. Eventually, depending on how many skill points I have, I can actually have this combo with Ice Armor pretty well, because the next upgrade makes enemies vulnerable that are hit by Frost Nova, and vulnerable enemies give me more armor from Ice Armor. So they kind of synergize together right there. And again, there's a ton of synergy in this tree with whether it be crits or even, I think there's a couple of vulnerability passive increases too for some of these skills. So like every class, there's lots of combinations and things, but we're trying to do things quick while also getting a brief look at some stuff. So my general idea right now is I'd probably like hit a group with, like ideally, obviously it's not going to happen all the time. I hit a group with Chain Lightning once, damaging them and draining some mana. When they come near me, I pop a shield, which regenerates my mana. I Frost Nova them, freezing them, and then I can keep attacking with Chain Lightning, because this keeps giving me mana while also giving me shield. And then, as everyone dies, it reduces the cooldown of Frost Nova, so I can pop it a second time. So, we'll try this in action, but you know, range attack, freeze, armor, spam. Range attack, freeze, armor, spam. It's going to be very mana heavy, but we'll see about that. And we'll talk about this next, but the next thing I'll probably get is Hydra, which is going to be a really nice, I'm going to call it pet summon damage dealer. It's going to be really helpful. I'm not sure how it's going to, hopefully it's going to draw aggro. Even if it doesn't, it'll at least increase the damage for me, but that's the plan. Alright, I have the axe.
It must have been a grim place, judging by how much blood is on this axe. I confess, I'm eager to leave this place. I can't shake the feeling that I'm being watched. Now to get this thing back to Ministad and collect my due. Thank you for your help.
Oh. We're gonna compare. +2 all stats for 3 armor. Nah, it's not worth it. Alright, check out this dungeon. I can't sell to you. We'll do this one, because this one at least has like a stat on it I like. I could use, it's not specific to any class. Oh, and I also noticed in my chest, there was a really good wand I had kept that would have worked with my Necromancer build really well. And what it was is it made that mist ability, when you pop that mist ability, it made Corpse Explosion proc while that ability was active. Which just would have been so crazy good. But again, it just kind of reinforces that Necromancer, just from the outside looking in, seems to be like the strongest and most easily created build out there, class out there right now. It's very easy to get like tons of health, tons of regen, tons of damage with very little input and resource usage. But again, it's not all about what's the best, at least for me. It's about what I like the most, and that's why I like the Rogue the most. And at least right now, I kind of like this the second most. So even though I feel like Necromancer is pretty easily #1 in every category, damage and survivability, it's actually #3 for me in terms of what I prefer. Let's do this event. So again, our new thing is ice armor, not ice armor, the freeze explosion, but I don't need to use that until kind of useful, until now it's not needed. Okay, pop it.
I lack the needed mana.
It's gonna be a very resource-heavy build, unlike said Necromancer. And even the Rogue, again, when I played the whole 10 minutes to confirm that I like it, it's just built to like really regen its own shit very easily. Man, oh man. And why am I not hitting it? I feel like the game's running a lot worse today. I noticed it when I started the game up. It was very... I don't want to say laggy. It wasn't laggy, but like things just weren't running smoothly. It's almost as if like I'm having like frame issues, even though they're not frame issues. Running slow. There's the word for it.
Wouldn't have made it without
And not
you.
laggy. It's different. But things just didn't feel right. Like, even when I was in the main menu, things were going very, very slow. Alright, we're about to hit 11. Alright, so this is a dungeon here. Take a look at our loot. I lose basic skill damage and crowd control, cooldown and willpower, whatever. Not much of a difference. All that armor? Sure, I'll take that. Okay. I think I'll probably level up my chain lightning a bit more because, again, one of the ideas with this Frost Nova is, again, if I get kills when they're frozen, it helps with the cooldown. But they're only frozen for 2 seconds, and I'm finding I'm not really killing enemies in those 2 seconds, which is why ideally I would attack first, which would weaken them, and then freeze them. But I find myself already freezing and then attacking. Like, I gotta get in the habit if I want to attack from range. When they come to me, freeze. But just getting the order of operations here correct. I like how different this place looks compared to the other places so far. What the fuck? What the fuck happened? Oh, okay. That was the order of operations there. Of course I leveled up, which nuked them anyway. So again, I could go ahead and make them vulnerable, which would help me weakening them. It really doesn't synergize until I get a second point, and even then it's not really necessary. I could even potentially just take the point out of here and just strictly boost this for now. Let's see. Now I'll just dump it in there. I mean, well, another option is to get this 6% more damage. That's adding 3, which is more than 6%. And seeing as that's my main attack, my really only attack, it's still better to invest in this than getting 6% more damage. This is one of the crit thingies here, that crit chance, or crit strikes have a chance to completely reset defensive abilities, which is just awesome. So again, there's lots of synergy, whether it's crits or vulnerability or anything like that. Freeze, pretty cool. And that's common with all the classes, really. There's just tons of basic, yes, but still fun, nonetheless, synergy. Almost all of them have some sort of crit build potentials and things of that nature. Again, nothing too crazy, but at the same time, it doesn't need to be crazy. It needs to be fun. Oh, he's arrived. Yeah, I swear I think they're just running slower right now.
I'm out of mana.
So another skill I was thinking of taking, which I could, for now, like swap out this crossover, is teleport. Just more as like a movement skill, but it does do damage, so I might just fuck with that. And we are gonna still experiment. I want to like use this build I came up with, and still experiment off of that. But definitely for this full dungeon at the very least, we're gonna check out this planned build.
I lack the needed mana.
Oh, I need to put ice on that. Shit.
I'm not ready yet.
That's where my texture's missing. Yeah, hell yeah. Definitely don't have as good gear as we had for the other characters. But to be fair, it's because we were only an hour in, so. If they were vulnerable, they would have taken a lot more damage there and died.
I lack the needed mana.
Ooh, lots of daggers, of course. Damn it. It seems like this chain lightning requires staff? I thought that's what it said when I swapped it out. It doesn't say it here, but when we swapped out... Oh, maybe just either a staff or a wand. So just not only magic focus. Okay. Really good dagger, but oh well. Dexterity, armor, I have cooldown reduction. So actually, this is interesting. So this is significantly better than the two-hander. Awesome. So I can actually take that and this, which would drastically increase my shit. Hell yeah. Right? 59? 32. So yeah, I'm doubling my damage. Thank God. Again, like I swear I feel like very low leveled right now, and that's probably why. I hit. Well, see, that hit alone almost killed them outright. Yeah, that's what it was. I just had very shitty gear on. Now I could theoretically top, yeah, there we go. That's already better with that. Still really need some mana regen elsewhere. Or teleport would be nice. Obsidian set. Oh, see, I just replaced my weapons, and now I potentially get another new weapon. There you go. Now the thing is, well, I'll just take it off and compare it with that. But, that looks a lot better with the stats. So let's see. This is 59 damage. That's 109. Okay. 2 minutes ago, I was doing 32 damage. Now we're doing 109. You think I was under-leveled or, you know, under-geared? Holy shit. Oh my god. Ah, okay. Well then. Ear. It's a hell of a thing. Go ahead and just triple our damage output there. Yes. So much better. Gateway to learning. Those two. I'll leave later. I'm gonna make use of our buff at the moment.
I'm low on precious mana. Why can't I click on the chest? That sucks. Chest isn't... It would be open. Where we came from? I'm assuming this all connects. Wow, this is a huge fucking area. Let me just go up this way. It will connect, but I might as well a little smoother on myself here. Spooky sounds. Alright, there's the first box. That's where we... No, we came from here, but that's right where we came from here. Alright. Okay, now let's go here. I'll connect there. Alright. Alright, put you there. Now go over here. Look in this direction. Alright, so obviously chain lightning, but we're gonna get a new skill here. So Hydra. I'm hoping it pulls aggro, but in the very least, this is gonna be a really good damage dealer. Generally, I'm thinking of it as like a single target, but you know, it'll target multiple enemies still. But yeah, that'll be awesome. So Hydra, 3-headed Hydra for 12 seconds, which is a long ass time. Spitting fire for 58 damage. Alright. Okay. Pretty good speed on that. And good damage, too. I mean, I'm thinking more so for bosses, that's going to be the best thing. Costs 20 mana. I really will just save it for bosses, or, you know, if we really need it. Because at least the Ice Armor and Frost Nova don't use mana. Of course, they have long cooldowns, so I'm still not going to spam. I don't need to, but... Here. What other gear we've gotten, starting from here. First ring, +2 mana, alright. Huge armor increase. Sure. Alright. So good. Just gonna loop back. Yes, might as well go this way, pick up the box. Okay. What is this? Someone shooting it? Or is this because they died? What is that? Specially named thing, it sounds like? Unless it's actually the name of some sort of thing, I don't know what it is.
What is it? These two. Oh, it's an orb. Oh. Didn't this have a unique name when it dropped? Like a Nivahaja or something? Alright, whatever. So again, this is a one-hander, so I could compare it by putting on a ring. Now, they still wouldn't be better together. But this has mana reduction, which is pretty nice. But now we're good. Yeah, we saw the difference of getting more damage. Don't need that little bit of mana reduction if we're doing this much more damage. Oh, interesting. Stuff there. Come on. Alright, back here. So again, I have my Nova, Shield, and Hydra. Specifically for whenever the boss shows up here. Necromancer's Coffin. Okay. So. Bam, bam. There's a Hydra doing that.
I'm out of mana.
Not really pulling aggro, but this guy just doesn't seem to go either way. Hydra. Wait, can I put 2 Hydras down? No. I'm wondering why it just says 1 more. What's the cool? Is there no cooldown on the Hydra? I guess not, because it's a mana spell. Nice. So as soon as it dies, I can just put the next one up. Awesome. It's a whole dungeon. Huge increase, thank you. We're starting to get all of our rare stuff now. Alright. Well, that was awesome. We have plenty of time. Let's just do these dungeons. Fuck it. Again, at least we can do something new for now. Now we've seen this build ever so slightly. This is the build I anticipate using for now. But we can start experimenting. Oh. This way. I really should be using the main map so I can port to the right spot.
What will it be? Came apart nicely.
Good. What else you got?
Oh, that's right. I actually wanted to, oh well, deconstruct those ones, but again, it doesn't really matter. Not sure the progress of the beta carries over to the, main game, the base game when it comes out. Obviously, I had to restart my characters, but seeing as money is shared and all that shit, it doesn't really matter. Oh, why'd I go here anyway? I was just talking about it, that's why. Okay. Just for the fuck of it. Let's start experimenting. I don't really care about experimenting with basic attacks. To be honest. Like, yeah, we could see some stuff, but it really doesn't matter all too much. So this makes a basic attack potentially into Chain Lightning. Obviously a weaker Chain Lightning that's RNG based. Gives you some crit. Again, if you want to go for a crit build. One of the ways to do it. I really don't care about that. Yeah. I'd rather experiment with these things. The things that make an actual difference, like our main skills. So we'll swap out Chain Lightning, our main skill. First I have to like remove all this shit so I can do this. Alright. Let's see. Let's go into somewhere where we can experiment a little easier. We'll do the dungeons down here, but we'll experiment first. Actually, while I'm here, we can check out extraction. What's it cost? Since we just got an extraction thing that actually is useful to us. Engraving. Since every other one we've been getting were for classes we weren't using.
As I'm sure
We already
you
know about this. Oh, how do you make an aspect? I guess I gotta make it. Craft? How do you... Huh. What are these things called? What are these things I've been unlocking? Aspects. I thought when you unlock them, you can then use them from here. But it says from inventory. Okay. Oh, there you go. Codex of power. Okay. So the one we just unlocked. Damaging an elite enemy grants you a barrier absorbing damage for 10 seconds. Happens once every 30 seconds. So that's useful for me. So I can't use it on... I can only use it on the pants or the chest. We just got the pants and the chest. They're both good. I'll just do this one. See what it costs us. It costs us money. It costs us veil crystals. You know what? Fuck it. I'm not gonna do it. Even in the beta, I'm stingy. But hey, we unlocked it. Yeah. Even in the beta, where it doesn't matter because the beta ends in just over 2 hours. I'm like, nah. I'm not gonna use my materials for that. And again, if this actually goes into the main game, I at least get to keep some of those. Alright, so, let's see how we want to fuck around. Which skill do we want to try out first? Incinerate is just a fire stream from your hand. I don't care about... That's right, we said we liked Fireball, potentially Ice Shard, and maybe Frozen Orb. Let's see Ice Shard first, just because we'll just see what it is. It sounds like it's a shotgun blast. Launch 5 shards, deals 25 increased damage to frozen enemies, which would combo again with Frost Nova. Comparing the damage to Chain Lightning, it's half the damage. The passive, it's 15% chance to ricochet. Always ricochet off frozen, yes. Oh, you have a barrier. No, I mean, because that'll work with this. I don't need it. The other one says hitting an enemy with 5 shards in a single cast makes them vulnerable. Nah, I don't need that. So let's go ahead and upgrade this all 3 times. Okay, and then we can continue with the... Oh, I do have teleport I want to test out. But we're testing one thing at a time. So we'll continue with the old way that we built. Is you. How do I use the other point? Oh, because I had the 2 upgrades in Chain Lightning. So, this is where I can go ahead and make enemies vulnerable. Yeah. So we're doing the same thing with the armor, with the Frost Nova. The difference is, and this actually synergizes better, this shotgun blast will ricochet on frozen enemies. Of course, for freezing enemies. I guess I don't really need this. Oh, I didn't take that, that's why, that's all. Okay, no, that's it. So it's going to ricochet on frozen enemies, doing more damage. And this will freeze the enemies and make them vulnerable, doing more damage. So yes, damage on top of damage. And we'll take the Hydra. Good, so Hydra is where it is. Ice Armor is where it is. Frost Nova is there.
I
Alright.
cannot do that here.
Let's check out this dungeon. Let me see here. It costs 30. Chain lightning costs 35, so it's cheaper than chain lightning, but also half the damage, or, you know, like 90% of the damage. Not 90%, wow. 40, oh my fucking god. 60% of the damage. There's the math for you. That's the shotgun blast. So it's not a shotgun, I thought it'd be like a shotgun like
I
that.
lack the needed mana.
So it is just a straight blast. Okay. And then the combo would be... Get them grouped up. That wasn't ricochet. That was supposed to ricochet. Ice shards always ricochet off frozen enemies. I didn't see any ricocheting happening there. Because I was looking at everyone's health bar and no one else was losing health. Check it. Oh, he did die there. Okay, weird. I swear it didn't do it before, but okay. So that is not the move I thought it was. Still pretty nice, but... Probably gonna switch now. I think that was enough testing. That's why I'm only doing one skill at a time, because sometimes I can just test it immediately and see, okay, nothing wrong with it, but certainly, again, I was expecting a shotgun blast. A good single target damage dealer. Obviously with this combo you can make it ricochet, but not exactly what I was expecting. Still good. It's a shame I have to keep removing the points, but not just a very quick thing to do. Alright, now we have... This is the one I don't really know, so we're going to test this out, and then we'll do the one we know, Fireball. Frozen Orb. So it's more expensive than Chain Lightning. For less damage, unleash an orb that chills. Oh, it was this thing that chilled enemies. So if you do a basic attack, there's a chance they explode. Nah, but okay, it does synergize with that. So it chills, dealing damage, and then it explodes, dealing more damage and chilling more. Okay. Huh. I don't know if I care about the upgrades. So when cast above 50 mana, the explosion is stronger. I mean, you have to take that. Now, these are both nice, but I don't know. The explosion has a 25% chance to make all enemies vulnerable. Guaranteed if they're frozen. I don't know how long this takes to explode. Does it explode when it hits an enemy? Okay, I think it explodes when it hits an enemy. So that would combo well with this, where it hit them and explode. I don't need to make them vulnerable if I'm using this one, though. So this one, the explosion restores 5 mana when hitting a frozen enemy. Now, if multiple enemies are frozen, does this... We're going to test that out. Because this is obviously Sorcerer's mana hungry. If this is only giving me 5 mana, that's still okay, but I'm hoping it's 5 mana per enemy hit. It doesn't say that, so I assume it's only 5 mana. But it at least gives me some mana back, since again, it's on frozen enemies, and if I'm freezing the enemies and then using it, it's not when they die, it's when this thing blows up, which I can control. Just by making it hit the enemy. Okay. And then same thing here. So we're freezing them, making them vulnerable. And now hitting them with this, and when it explodes, it gives me mana back. Let me see how noticeable that is, because obviously that's the one pop of mana, which is so much. Why do I see an enemy on the map already? I guess because that's the objective, is to slay all enemies. Yeah, okay. Good. Group them up here, and let's see how much mana I get here.
I'm low on precious mana.
No. So maybe, so now my next test is I'll shoot first, then freeze, then shoot again. Because I didn't notice the mana coming back there. And again, it's not on kill, it's just when it explodes, it gives 5 mana when hitting a frozen enemy. And you know what, I would think that does give me per frozen enemy, because it just says when hitting a frozen enemy. And the explosion should hit more than one frozen enemy. Weird, I didn't see any mana get back though. So let me expend mana and then do this. Shoot, freeze, shoot. I did not see. This is the right thing. I'm freezing them, obviously. Yeah. So I think it really is only giving me 5 mana back. Because in this case, I don't know how many there were, but there was at least 4 enemies, which means I should have got 20 mana back. So I should have only used 20 mana total. And yeah, it was still at roughly the same spot, I think. Let me see that. We can do it one more time. So with 2 casts of this, it's roughly down here. Now, of course, I would be waiting like a few milliseconds, so I'd say it's roughly around here. So I should be around like here if I'm getting multiple mana back. If it's only once, I'm going to be roughly here. Alright. So I'm not even going to hit them. I'm just going to shoot, hit, shoot. Yeah. That's at the same spot. So it really is only giving me 5 mana back, despite it hitting groups. This is so expensive that... It's so expensive, and it's weaker. Again, Chain Lightning is so much more damage, better AoE. Now, of course, this has the function of also chilling them, which synergizes with other stuff, but once again, very easy test. It's interesting, all these two so far have synergized better, but obviously Chain Lightning's I like the most. Alright, now good old-fashioned Fireball. Only a little more expensive for drastically more damage, so this is the best mana per cost. Radius is increased based on distance traveled. Probably take that. 10% of the burning damage you apply to enemies as additional direct damage. I'm assuming that's like if you burn them with some other skill and then pop a fireball. So we don't do that. Explosion crit damage increased by 10%. We're not going to be critting, so that's alright. We'll just invest in making fireballs super strong. Holy shit, it's going to be insane. So this is going to be stupid damage. So much stronger than Chain Lightning. Same exact build elsewhere. It does more damage. Oh, I didn't take that skill. But we could potentially make the radius bigger based on distance traveled. How big is the radius as is? Oh. God damn it. Oh my god, why are my angles? There. That's the radius. Alright, we'll have to see it in combat. Destroy skeletal construct. Oh, we have a shrine here. Oh. This is gonna augment the skill. It's not really enough. Oh, I can't test it there. So that's the radius. It has infinite mana right now. Okay. Alright, let me get... Well, this guy's gonna be easy to kill with the little spiders, but... Just see if we do this. Check out the radius of it. Alright, and then we could potentially play legit now. Huh? Let's look at just single target enemies right now. There we go. And that does blow them all up instantly. They're pretty fucking nice. Again, it is a better damage to mana ratio. Of course, Chain Lightning has the better range, potentially, depending on where enemies are. So you can chain here, and then go all the way down here, and then go all the way up here. There's a skeletal construct, so we'll do this. Nice, it's a legit fight.
I'm low on precious mana.
Yeah, this just destroys the full-size freeze, since obviously freezing them makes them all beefed up here. That's really good. So, Fireball is definitely my favorite of the alts, outside obviously my main Chain Lightning. We'll fuck with it a little bit in here. And actually, if I am using Hydra, technically, I could get the upgrade for the increased damage from the burning, but no, I don't need that, because just increasing this is the better option. So Fireball seems to scale better as well. Most things, when you upgrade them, they only give you, like, I don't know, 8, 7 damage per upgrade. This right here is giving you 13, which is a huge increase. Just base Fireball skill itself, upgrading that just gives you a huge amount of damage. So is there anything, was there passives? Oh yeah, the passive for the Chain Lightning was the crit, which right now how we're playing it doesn't matter as much. But long term, there's some good crit builds with this. Then of course the increased, I'm looking at the wrong one, wherever the hell it is up here. Yeah, and then of course the increased damage for the bosses. So this is where it's going to shine, is against a single target boss. Now granted, this is still going to be stronger, so 25% more damage. Wasn't this at like 120? Once I upgraded it? Let's pretend it was 120. So 25% more damage. Still would not compete with this. So Fireball is still stronger, but the thing is, this is per hit. Oh, I'm not taking that into account. I'm not taking that into account. So against a group, Fireball is better. Against someone that can get hit more than once, Chain Lightning's better. Damage-wise. Okay, and that makes sense. That's why I kind of prefer Chain Lightning.
I lack the needed mana.
Alright. This has to be a dead end over here. You know what? I think I'm good with testing this. Now we can start testing out some other skills. So right now, I know Teleport, for instance, is something I was thinking of maybe getting. I think we'll look at the... We can look at the other stuff that's with Hydra as well. I'm not using Hydra all too much right now. That's all that is. Good. Alright. So... Yeah, the only one from here I would care about is teleports. Let's go back to our Chain Lightning. Oh, okay. I thought for a second maybe we had gear that was buffing that. Alright, 1, 2, 3, bam. Oh, so it's only 100. I guess one was more than that. But yeah, 100. But again, if you get hit twice, that's already better. Alright, so I was thinking of taking teleport just for the sake of movement. So do we even need to test that out? I don't think I even need to test that out, to be honest. Yeah, I don't need to test that out. So we really are just testing these things out. So we have Hydra. What are the other options? Ice Blades. Conjure a pair of Ice Blades for 6 seconds that rapidly slash enemies and have a chance to make them vulnerable. Eventually, cooldown's reduced each time it hits a vulnerable enemy. So that combos with this, where I can freeze them, make them vulnerable, and then hit them with this, which will reduce the cooldown. And since this doesn't cost essence, that's pretty nice. So you'd have almost a spammable attack. I'd say it's usually going to hit, depending on the size of it. Let's see. Oh, that is not what I was expecting at all. So I guess I gotta see how it functions with enemies. Oh my god, what am I doing? This goes here. This goes here. But either way, I expected to hit at least 4. So that reduced the cooldown by 4 seconds, making it essentially 8 seconds. Okay. Damage is okay. And the other ones, 50% of the cooldown reduction is applied to other skills. That would reduce the cooldown of Ice Armor and Frost Nova. That's very interesting. Yo. It says each time it hits. It's not even to kill with vulnerable as well. Alright, we have to test out how many times this is hitting a vulnerable enemy. Because that would be a way to reduce the cooldown of specifically Ice Armor, but also Frost Nova. Alright, or 10% increased attack speed per active Ice Blade. Wait, does that mean you can have multiple active Ice Blades? Oh, wrong one. No. So it must be like blades that come out of this. Alright, so we gotta test out Ice Blades. So we can't take the passives, but I do want to see how it functions because we can't see it. I thought it'd be something you throw. It seems like it might be like a thing you plant on the ground. It's like a helicopter blade, maybe? We'll see that. Passives. Okay. Then we'll check out the other skill after this. Alright, so let's see how Ice Blades functions. Oh, that's trash. Oh, that's terrible.
I need time to prepare
What the
that.
fuck is that? Yeah, no, that's garbage. We don't even need to test that out. Fuck that. That's terrible, dude. Holy shit. Alright. Lightning Spear. Conjure a spear of lightning that seeks out enemies. Seeks them out. For 6 seconds. Interesting. After crit striking, Lightning Spear has 5% increased stacking crit chance for duration. Collect crackling energy, increases the damage of the next cast. I don't care about that because I don't use crackling energy. It stuns enemies for 2 seconds when critting. So again, this is complementing crit build, where the crits then increase crit chance and stun enemies. But I wouldn't take any of them anyways right now. Alright, so we can just see how this functions. Seeking enemies out, doing 29 damage per hit. So I still see Hydra being the best option, but we'll just see how Lightning Spear functions. Oh. Oh. Oh my god. So it's not like a 1, 2, it just zips around and hits everybody.
I need time to prepare that.
Oh, it's on cooldown. I didn't even notice that. 20-second cooldown. That's cool. That's pretty cool. Now again, for me, I already see that Hydra is the best option, but... let me kill everyone but one guy and see how it functions. Of course, they're both kind of low health. I was hoping for more health. Alright. So it's just me and him.
I'm not ready yet.
Oh, sorry. It's a long-ass cooldown. It's a very long cooldown. Alright. Yeah. As cool as it is, Obviously, I use Chain Lightning for groups. Now, granted, this doesn't use mana, but you'd only get one cast per 20 seconds. So that doesn't even do that much damage. 29 damage. It's not really great for groups. And it's not good for a boss. You saw how often it hit there. It just took forever to hit him. Maybe got like 4 or 5 hits out at low damage. Functionally cool, but no. Alright, so that was our testing. That was quick and easy. Go back to our normal build. Everything else is the same, yeah? I didn't change anything else. Alright, there you go. That's our testing. So again, I was thinking of maybe taking teleport just for traversal purposes, but like, obviously right now we don't have the points. We have just over 2 levels to go. We have 2 hours to go for 2 levels. No problem. We'll get that 15. Nice. Alright, so obviously could keep increasing my main damage dealing Chain Lightning. Which is the best option. We could level up the Hydra to do more damage, but like, you know, don't really need to at the moment. What are the passives? When healthy, so when I'm above 80% health, Hydra gets 1 more head. Hydra burns over time. Oh, and here's another crit build aspect. After you crit, Hydra's gain 30% crit chance for 3 seconds. So I don't really care about them all too much. I mean, an extra head would be nice, I guess. So yeah, I could go ahead and get more damage for Hydra. The obvious thing is Chain Lightning. Or I can just take teleport. No, we're going to take teleport just for now. Again, I only plan on using this for the sake of movement. Let's see. I don't like the hotkey there, but like I have nothing. Everything else is where I want it to be. So it does do damage. So technically, I could, you know, Chain Lightning from a distance, pop my armor, teleport into them, and then blow them up. Bam. Bam, bam, bam. It actually works pretty well. In terms of finger presses. I'm just doing it, like, testing it out. Alright, let's see. I'm probably gonna fuck it up immediately. Let's just pretend we see the group at the edge. We go, bam, 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 bam. It took me forever to do it, but that works. Theory works.
Out of mana once again.
Okay, cool. Starting from here. Okay, maximum life, damage is slowed or distant. Okay. Oh, a totem. I thought that was like a witch's hat. I'm like, why can't I use a witch's hat? Intelligence. Increases skill damage. I'm sure it doesn't matter that much. Crit chance? Barely. Cold damage. Distant enemies. Sure. Take that over 2 mana. Yes, I need mana, but 2 is only 2. Alright. So, bam, 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 bam. The new combo to test out. Yeah. That works. That works out really well. Alright. Oh, what am I doing here? This is new. Is it just, oh, so that means you can. Oh, okay. I gotta do this quick. We're fucking around here. Are these guys part of the waves?
I need time to prepare that.
Or you got the projectile. Okay. Rondo. Okay. Okay, one more fight. There we go. That one fight. Okay. Again, I can still get a lot more damage out of Chain Lightning by leveling that up, which is what we'll do with our points. But I kind of like having this teleport since we can do this new combo that I actually really like. So I might as well start getting used to it now. The cooldown on that is 10 seconds. Yeah, that works out. So I can get 2 of those out before I have to do another ice armor. Okay. Willpower. Okay. I swear I did like a ton of damage to him when I teleported to him there. Like his health bar went down quick. I don't know why, because it was not only 49 damage. Let me see. It says 42. I mean, to be fair, those are these squishy guys, so...
I need
Yeah.
time to prepare that.
Okay, yeah, I swear his health bar went down like crazy. Maybe I created him at that time or something, I don't know. What I really need to do, because I don't have time when they're frozen, but if I can do it super quick, I can get 2 casts of Chain Lightning out, but I can probably squeeze in the basic attack. And why that matters is because, again, they're frozen, and my basic attack has that passive that when they're frozen, they're guaranteed to have like an AoE explosion. So if I can do it quick enough, I should freeze, chain, basic, chain. Because that gives me, you know, the 2 Chain Lightnings, but then also an AoE explosion. I'm sure isn't that much damage, but hey. Alright, let's see. I go bam, 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 bam. Oops. I wasn't able to get... That was as quick as it goes, and I wasn't able to get that second Chain Lightning out. Nah, I think I'd rather get 2 Chain Lightnings then. Although, no. Because they stay vulnerable for 4 seconds. So I do want to do basic attacks. Because that's making use of the frozen. There's no other buff like when they're frozen. I mean, here they give me more armor. That'll be for later. Yeah, so the only buff for when they're frozen is this one. And that one, which gives me mana, but I'm not taking that. So it gives me a guaranteed explosion. It doesn't say how much damage the explosion is. If it's only... Well, 70, I mean, it's not a lot, but it's actually not a little either. Well, honestly... Huh. If they stay vulnerable for longer... I don't know. It might be more efficient, but I'd rather not fuck with what I'm familiar with. Alright. That's everything. Now I gotta slay the gatekeeper. Test out our build. This is the build I planned. Ooh. Getting creepier. They didn't even give me a health thing for this. Oh, because that wasn't the boss yet. Ow. Who the fuck is up doing this? Are they traps? I think they're traps on the ground. Yep, that's what it is. God damn it. Well, that explains why they were stunned. I was wondering how they got stunned. Because I know I have nothing that stuns enemies. Nice increase. Not needed. Oddly empty. There's the healing. This way first. Immediately. Froze it. There we go.
I'm not ready yet.
Froze it. There we go. Definitely fumbled some button presses there. In the chaos, but we survived. Oh, it came from that way. Okay, I guess they waited till you come back out. Idiot. Oh, I missed him. Guess I'm an idiot. Idiot. There you go. No. Nope. Alright. Let's do it. I remember to drop the Hydra, since I forgot to do that in that fight when it was tough. And once I remember, that's where I started fumbling the controls.
I need time to prepare that. I need time to prepare that.
Chaotic. Not getting the combos in I want sometimes, but actually working out really well. Definitely slow at reacting to a lot of stuff, but that's actually good for surviving. I wasn't even... If I was just half as slow as I am, I still would have gotten like really, really high health the entire fight. So yeah, that's good. That's a really good showing, because I was pretty sloppy on my part. trying to, for some reason, just because we're not using it in like every combat scenario, I'm like thinking to myself, alright, drop the Hydra. But just thinking that is fucking with my button press. I'm like, wait a minute, drop the Hydra. That's this button. Oh wait, but I want to press this button as well. It's like those milliseconds of thoughts just fucks everything up on me there. But again, no issues. Our health was like 50%. I had no problem healing. We didn't take burst damage. That's a really good sign. Okay. Firewall, which I don't have, but okay. When you have a barrier active, which ice form or ice armor, 23% chance to ignore incoming direct damage. Okay, so nothing too crazy, but hey, sure. Everything else is nice. They'll give me Firewall, which right now I don't have space for, but we can just see. Didn't really intend on taking Firewall. What the hell's Firewall? Oh, it's down here. Oh shit. Create a wall of flames that burns 313 over 8 seconds, so obviously it's a lot of damage, but then when it's over 8 seconds, it's actually not that much damage. And it costs 30 mana. No. For now, we'll just look at it one time. Here's Firewall. Cool. Pass. Alright. It's awesome you can get these skills that you haven't unlocked yet. Like, it's not like, oh, you have to wait till you're down the tree to get them. That's really cool. Alright. So that's that one. Just do the other one too, because why not? Actually, I have to go here first, because the other place doesn't have a merchant to sell, which is a bit weird. It's just a blacksmith. And we have another hour and a half to get like 1 and whatever it is, quarter levels or something. So no issues at all. Yeah, tons of time to get the stuff done that's necessary. Then have some fun.
Something for the cold and dark. Ooh. What else you got?
I have no idea what she has said. Something for the cold and dark. Cold and dark. Something for the cold and dark. Okay. Why does it tell me quest items? No quest there. Alright. Oh, I didn't need to do that. I can just go right back to the town. Here. Go up there. This might get us to 15 here. We'll see. Just you? All lonely? Oh. Wait, what? Yeah, that was our first dungeon. But you do it... Okay, you have to do it again. Okay. Our very first dungeon. Redone. I still don't know what overpower is. Don't remember what that mechanic is. Okay. I like that everything scales to your level. That's something that I haven't even been paying attention to until like literally right now. That's good. Everything's always your level. This way, damn it. Oh wow, that zipped all the way in the other room. Interesting. I didn't found anyone there when they were frozen. They were all tough enemies.
I need time to prepare that.
Okay, it does throw me off where it shows the 1. So it keeps making me think I can press it again. Got a wand. So unless we get like the second orb essence thingy relic, maybe like that. And that's not much work. Oh, it's a staff. Okay, never mind. I thought we got a wand. I guess we didn't. Oath Cage. Lifeline kill, crowd controlled, which again, don't know what constitutes crowd controlled, but I would assume slow and frozen. So that would be good. Distant enemies. Although I am kind of, I mean, obviously I'm using distant attacks. I'm actually in melee range most of the time. Slightly better resistance, so I lose 1% crit chance. I want crit chance, but 1% is nothing. Yeah, we'll make this swap. Sure. Okay. And that is a no. Alright. What was this passive? The crit hits have a chance to reset. And long-term crit build would be nice. Right now my crit chance, obviously we're not even spec'd into it. 5.4%. Yeah. Now, it's per hit, so that's 5% with 6 of these. So that's a 30% chance. Wait a minute. That's a 30% chance. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's invest in this and see how often it procs. So what points do I have? Obviously I could take out Hydra, but do I have, like... Teleport? I could take out Teleport and get rid of that combo for now. Let's just do this. I want to see how often this resets my skills. Oh, wait a minute, actually. Oh, yeah. Because it's a 10% chance that a crit does it. So even if I'm critting 30% of the time, it's 10% of that, which is 3%. So it's only a 3% chance that it resets. Again, long term, yes. Right now, we won't fuck with that. It's not gonna proc. Okay. Got a little too excited there. But again, the theory's great. It's right now, execution isn't there yet. Awesome. 14. Alright, that's good enough. Seems like I might have been the shrine that gives me money, possibly? Is that why we got so much? Alright, no one else dropped anything. Alright, so... just a crossbow. Again, I'm thinking of just maxing out Chain Lightning. It is my main skill right now. Because I even look at the passives, but I'm sure we don't need them. Cooldown is decreased per enemy hit. Crackling energy. Damage reduction. Don't need any of that stuff. Again, just one of those 1-point dips that I thought would be useful, but actually we're now finding a really good combo with it, so it's kind of like the poison traps for my rogue, although those are really huge part of the build now. But for a 1-point wonder, pretty useful. And again, hitting up Hydra will be useful against bosses, but for now, I think maxing Chain Lightning makes most sense. Because even against bosses, since it bounces back, like, yeah. We'll max out Chain Lightning. We might even get down to here. To be honest, I didn't even look at, because I didn't necessarily anticipate getting down there. I know those are like the big ones, like Blizzard, we saw Meteor. So I don't even think they're really part of my build too much. I might have to swap out like Frost Nova since they might do the same thing. Alright, here's a boss. Let's get it. He's in there, that's right. Alright, that's it for that. Chris. Speaking of the rogue, taunting me. Alright. That thing just got fucking wrecked. Without the Hydra's being dropped down too. How do I keep stepping on those traps that are very clearly on the ground? Oh, fucking god. I don't know what I did there. Yeah, let's just press some random buttons. Malignant Stratum. Creaking Stage. Oh, okay. The guy coming at us. They did their job there, just beating up the boss. Doing so much damage now that the whole time we have our ice armor on, we have the full shield. We definitely don't even need that passive point to increase the shield we get from vulnerable enemies. Good. Slowed crowd control, lucky hit. I'm not slowing. Keep what I have, I think.
I'm not ready yet.
Alright. Another ring. Distant enemies crit chance slowed. Obviously, I'm assuming I would want control. Life on kill is, I guess, nice. That's distance, life. Distance, crit chance. Alright, I'll lose 7 max life, doesn't really matter. Lord. Am I healing out here? So we're sword dancing. Gotta get out of that. Hey. Oh, we got healing. This is working out really well. Alright, let's get it. Scourge of the land. Same guy. Oh. We're getting the habit of dropping that. The whole point of it. Okay, it did pull one whole hit. I think it did. So it's just a coincidence of turning that direction. Ow. There we go. Nice. Alright, so that could have been a really... I mean, that was a really good show of having single target boss with pretty much no fodder. That could have been really bad for us. Once again, it went really smoothly. Alright. No exit this time. Okay, now then. That's all the dungeons shown, so I don't know about any other ones that we didn't do. Oh, there's one right here. Fuck it. I thought we did that one. Oh well. Because the dungeons apparently, like, they show you on all characters. So, like, we've done the ones on other characters. I think, because I feel like, I don't remember, but we only had 1 hour yesterday. So we definitely didn't do, like, this dungeon yesterday. We didn't do this dungeon, so I feel like it's tagging the ones that we've done on all characters. That's what that circle means. Yeah, because that's right. Because it's telling us we have to unlock this new thing for all characters on first completion. So yeah, I thought we did this one. But we didn't. So cool. Let's go do that. Blacksmith in this. And that will get us to 15. We get to see what the sorcerer specialization is. Oh, not you. Where the hell am I going? Oh, this is the one that's outside.
Came apart nicely.
I'll take it.
That you will.
Father keep you.
fighting each other or something? Or was it, I swear they were swinging at each other. Mallwood. Definitely very different being, you know, seemingly open. Obviously, it's still a linear dungeon. What do you think you're doing? Can they activate traps? I think they should be able to. Oh, dude, they were smart enough to go around the trap. That's cool. They intentionally split up to get around the trap. Connect back to where we were on this small section here. That should be it. Alright, saw a boss or something over here. Yes. Just him? Nope. Oh god, there's no. I don't want to aggro the other one. Speaking fully. That shows how far he fires, which, you know, to be expected. As far as the map shows, at least. I don't know if he fires off map as well. Alright, we'll connect back down here since it's just a small area. Deal with this boss. Just him, because we killed out everyone around him. That works actually teleports, so. That wasn't one here. You asshole, fled. Oh, I thought you got. Codex. It's a small section. Ooh, nice, rare boots. Another tree. Alright. Intelligence over strength? Sure. See, now that's going to be good if I get a wand. Because the wand should definitely make it much stronger than the staff. Wait on that. Give me an extra evade. We are dodging a bit. But I'll hold on to it. Let's see. I mean, I do have teleport for that sake. That's why I originally wanted it, but of course, we're using it actually in combat for a lot of success here. Infinite mana. Come on. Nice. It used to do while I have this buff. Oh, the infinite mana. Oh yeah.
Gregor,
And there's the aforementioned
need a
mana.
word with you. Fence says the math doesn't add up right. Says she saw you skulking around the reserves last night. Says we're short 2 boxes of the good stuff. No need to worry. I know you'll make it right. And I know you'll come tell me exactly how. I'd hate to let you go. The wargs like you, my friend. But they like fresh meat too. Think on that.
I thought that was a weapon. I was like, there's the mobwood.
Be careful!
Be careful. Ugh. Oh, he spawned. Okay. Level 15. All right. If you clear this out, we'll see exactly what the sorcerer's class specialization is. Intelligence. All stats or intelligence? I'll go all stats. Alright, down here. Oh, I remember this, hearing about this. The enchantments. You pick like a skill to sacrifice, essentially. You get something else for it. How do you know what it is? What am I doing? Oh, I gotta do a quest. Oh. Alright, yeah, no, we have plenty of time. We have an hour plus to do the quest. Okay. That's interesting. So for the rogue and the sorcerer, you have to do a quest, but for the necromancer... Unless we missed the necromancer. I mean, the necromancer unlocked the next, summon, but there may have been a quest there too that I didn't notice. I mean, there's no pop-up that there's a quest. It's just, it's added to your fucking quest log. Alright. So... We are again maxing out Chain Lightning, and then... one more level away from just seeing what this is. Be 2 more levels away. I don't think we'll get those 2 levels in an hour. That's okay, though. We got what we needed. Skeletal Rise. Destroy skeletal constructs. Deal with all these guys first. That. Alright. Oh, this is a new one. We never got this one before. Take a blast animal. Oh, the blast was insane. Did so much damage. That's all we're gonna be able to get. By the time we backtrack, it'll be gone anyway.
That is not possible.
I don't think there's any loot here. Yeah, alright. Rank of Ice Blades. Alright, we didn't really care for Ice Blades. They didn't do that much damage at all, and they were very expensive. Yeah. The bear around the chest. Alright, assholes. Battle Staff. Ooh, okay. Just as we were potentially looking to switch, we were still waiting to get a wand, we potentially get something even better. A lot more. Oh, and that gives us the evade as well. Okay, that's just better in every way. More DPS. Oh my god, so much more intelligence. Base skill damage and core skill damage. Now, I prefer core skill over base skill, so I lose a little bit of core skill. We lose crit damage, but that's okay. Sure. Again, intelligence constitutes skill damage. So this should go up by quite a bit here. We're at 120. 143. Alrighty then. Heal there. That's right. Another rare staff. What we just got was actually pretty solid in and of itself. Last group of stragglers. Less DPS, basic skill, intelligence, crowd. Nope, worse. Alright, get rid of that as well. Alright, so where is this at? Oh wow, all the way down here. Okay. We'll go up here then, because... Well, I guess it's this one, doesn't really matter. That one down there doesn't have a... merchant to sell to. Only a blacksmith, and you can't sell a blacksmith. Right, so the sorcerer class quest.
Need something forged? That's good salvage.
Good deal. Father, boys. Safe journey.
Back to where it all started. Not following me. Oh well, I know where I'm going. They're just chasing me down. Want to die again? I'm gonna follow the astral call. Magus wand. Yeah, that wouldn't be better even with a really good, whatever, relic, something. Could be an event. We'll do it. I was running right over there. Ooh, lots of rares, okay. Look at that. Nah. Hell yeah, because Fireball, Incinerate, and Charged Bolts. All things I'm not using, but okay. Massive increase. Okay. Cold damage. I mean, sure, we're doing it, but whatever. And here we are. Mordorin. Traveling Sorcerer. You are the one who's been calling me?
Please forgive the mental intrusion. I could only trust another mage. I've searched too long and too far for the hidden archives to give up at its entrance. I'm looking for a book known as the Forgotten Codex, said to be in the archives. According to legend, the Forgotten Codex is a compendium of enchantment techniques developed by the Aeneid mage clan. Some say Zoltan Kuhl himself was one of the authors. Unfortunately, the place is overrun with demons beyond my skills. If you can retrieve the Codex, I can teach you the magic it contains. Could be an excellent outcome for both of us, eh?
I'll see what I can do.
Alright. This dungeon right next to us? One that we just did today? It's alright, do it again. If only I'd known. Alright. Jeez. Some crazy burst damage there. But I survived the burst damage, which is the most important thing. Just these three. What was that? Plus my rank to ice armor. Actually, ice armor doesn't matter getting up. Mana reduction. I mean, it's not a lot, but mana reduction is nice, but nah. If ice armor increased the duration, I would definitely want that. But ice armor only increases the amount of barrier you get, which doesn't matter because I max out the barrier and keep it maxed out the entire time. It's not like we're losing the barrier in these fights. I wish the barrier would last after ice armor ended, but you know, it makes sense. Because again, ice armor only reduces the damage taken, so it's basically damage absorption, or percent. So, you know, it absorbs 30% damage. That's where you get the barrier, which absorbs 100% damage, as long as it lasts. But again, we're keeping it up the entire time. No need just to increase the maximum amount. You can see it's not going down at all. I had to use the teleport to get the fuck out of there. I could not dodge out of the way. Alright, that was chaos. That's kind of cool that the room's different than when we were first here. Leveled up. Maxed out Chain Lightning, cha-ching. And now, if we happen to get one more level in the next hour, which we actually might, we can see what these are. We already have Fireball. I know there's like Blizzard, there's Meteor, which I can just assume what they are. Blizzard, again, not looking at it, sounds like something I would like. But, again, it wouldn't really fit. I'd have to replace probably Teleport, which I've liked it, but it's definitely not something that's needed at the moment. At the same time, I'm assuming Blizzard will be using Essence, which I don't want to use, so I'll probably let it use any of that stuff. Where are you guys coming from? Let's go up. What that thing was. It was like a giant base. Alright, so that's that thing there, so we'll go this way. So we got one of the boxes here. Or no, this is the fragment. The box is for the dungeon itself, the fragment is for the quest. Wait, box. I think we're on one. connects back to there. Still have up here, over here. Okay. Evade briefly grants 40% movement speed. Nah. Vulnerable damage. I am doing vulnerable. Crit chance. Distant enemies. Hmm. Really? Life on kill? 3 life on kill, or more damage. Killing a lot. But fuck it. More damage. Yeah, my ice armor makes them vulnerable for 4 seconds. Bosses for 8 seconds. So that's one of those ones that increases with bosses. Oh, there's an event in the dungeon. Okay. Oh my god.
Not ready yet.
Jesus Christ, man. Be careful getting boxed in here. I'm pressing heal. Oh, it's frozen, that's why. Holy shit. I don't know how they didn't kill me. It's like they froze and I froze. Alright. So he kept spawning them in. I didn't realize that until the last moment. Holy shit, that was crazy. Oh, okay, well. Going off the build. Dexterity, intelligence, strength. See what I have there. Meteor, which we don't have yet. See that if we use it, but I know we're not going to. Wow, we haven't gotten an amulet. +1 to all mastery skills. What are mastery skills? And then that is a good one. Okay. Ones are mastery skills. Oh, the ones we're about to unlock. Okay. So if I use Meteor, it's going to be at +3. So where exactly am I heading? Oh, that's just returning, so I can finish the dungeon. While we're here, why not? I only got 1 box. Where's the other box? Oh, there is another. There you go. charm. But we would need a wand for it to even compare. We rarely get both at the same time. We get a bone charm, then like an hour later you get a wand. Wow, none of them died from that. Holy shit. That's super strong. Even when they were vulnerable and frozen. Just the side. Already got the item, but again, just finishing it because why not? Level 17, wow. Okay. See how much quicker it is when we weren't watching cutscenes? I might have been able to get to 20 today if it was a full... Like the server didn't, the beta didn't end. I got the extra hour and a half, I think we would be able to hit 20, so like... Just over 4, maybe 5 hours, as opposed to the first time we were watching the cutscenes and actually paying attention. Like whatever that was, like 7 hours. It's definitely worth it, taking the time to understand mechanics and all that. Not really that it's hard to understand. And they did such a great job with the stability of the server, and specifically the queues. It was only the first day that both times I had like a half hour, 45-minute wait time, and then since then it's been instant. That was my real concern. That's why I was really hoping to get to 20. I was like, I don't know how the queues are going to be, I don't know how disconnect's going to be. We disconnected once, and we got like one infinite loading screen, which wasn't a disconnect, it was just a reuse essentially. So again, stability and all that's been nice. That's always going to be the issue though with this game. The fact that it's online only. That's what sucks. There's literally no advantage to having it online only. Anything that you would think is a positive could also be applied to, well, if the game had an offline and online mode, all the positives would be part of the online mode. There is literally no positive to not having an offline mode. Only negatives. Now, we've only seen rubber banding in villages. That's one of the negatives we rubber banding. We've seen that in villages, and that's about it. But, like, there's just so many potential issues that, like, it's just... Clearly, though, the reason they're doing it is for piracy. So the games must be pirated so often that they make more money by, like, maintaining servers and all that than the potential of piracy. Let's see. Total armor, life, dexterity. I don't really need that barrier bonus, to be honest. 23% chance to ignore incoming direct damage. I don't need that whatsoever. Strength, damage reduction, dodge, dexterity, life, armor. What's dexterity versus strength? Dexterity is crit chance. Strength is armor. It's not going to help me all too much, but... I lose 11 armor from that, really. So, that's surprising. I lose 11. And only get 0.3 crit chance. My total armor goes up by 12, though. So I do actually gain 12 armor, and if that's all strength is doing... Yeah, no, we'll keep that then. That's fine. New one. We'll swap that. If I happen to use Incinerate, or I guess Fireball. No, all of them. Oh, wait. Yeah, I don't need any of them. Never mind. We're good. That is a swap. This one. Crowd Control, Cooldown, Mastery. Mastery is the same. So, damage reduction from distant, damage reduction, so just damage reduction from anyone versus crowd control duration. I would assume crowd control duration is freeze and all that, so I actually really want that. So we'll keep what we have. And we could freeze until they showed up. They all died immediately. Alright, well, fuck it. I'll freeze him here, then.
I need time to prepare.
I'm not ready yet.
I'm being dumb, but I am refusing to heal on purpose. Ooh, I got a dragon staff, so hopefully that's good. Sounds cool. Alright, let's see. It's got a slot, better DPS. I lose intelligence, which is skill damage, as well as the skill damage stuff. I get core skill damage, which I use, but... Oh no, that's what I want. That's what I want, is core skill damage. Okay. So core skill damage goes up. I lose the basic skill damage, which is fine. 6% up to a 6% chance to execute injured non-elites. Alright. So it looks... The 32 intelligence is going to make or break, so let's find out. We're at 155, 196, so I guess that intelligence didn't matter whatsoever. Okay. And obviously, you know, I can mod it, slot it, I mean, whatever. Alright, oh, I never got to test out one of these things. Oh well, we'll check that out in a minute. Let's go ahead and, turn this back in. Guess we can check it out right now. Still not pressed for time. We got 40 minutes. So of these, let me get out of town. I guess we will look at it in town and then get out of town and try them. Down here. So this is something where the passive would be nice. Increased barrier duration, so that's going to make ice armor last longer. So that would be nice. It's a passive. More chill with the barrier up. Frost skills have a chance to freeze. Those are cool and all, don't really need them because I'm sure we're going to be short on points. So getting barrier duration as a passive is useful. Crit hits with shock give you crackling energy. Every time you stun, you deal lightning. I don't really care about any of that stuff. Okay, so fire, pyromancy. I don't use any fire skills. Well, I mean the Hydra, but those really matter. Okay, so the actual skills. Blizzard. 40 mana. Summon a blizzard that deals tons of damage and continually chills. Yo. The mana versus damage cost on that is awesome. And the chill effect is great, because chills will then freeze. And that's just increasing armor, which we don't have yet. So, okay, we don't really care about freezing that much in terms of synergy right now. Freezing's still nice in and of itself. But still, just massive damage. So, 8 seconds? 8 seconds of 300... Well, I don't know how much it procs per second, but that sounds awesome. More damage to frozen enemies, so you know I pop that and then freeze them. When above 50, its duration is increased by 4 seconds. So if I use this first, yes. And when it's active, mana costs less, or core skills cost less mana. Interesting. Both of those would be nice. I'd have to pick one or the other. So Blizzard sounds awesome, as I expected. Meteor. Summon a meteor that strikes the target location, dealing damage and putting a dot on the ground. Yeah, as expected. Not really what I want. Although I guess, you know, because it'd be around me. But still. If it hits 3 or more, there's a 30% chance another meteor falls. It immobilizes enemies, or it falls faster. Okay. Firewall we saw. We don't really care about that. You gain mana regen per active firewall. No. And finally, Ball Lightning. Discharge a ball of lightning that slowly moves forward, zapping enemies continuously. Damage rate is increased by 200% of your attack speed bonus, which is not something I'm doing at all with this build, attack speed. If an enemy is hit at least 4 times, a crackling energy is formed. So I'm not really caring about crackling energy. That's another synergistic thing in this build. You can keep getting crackling energy, which is like an orb that drops, that then does AoE damage when you pick it up. It's not really for me. After hitting close enemies 50 times, your next one stuns. So, I don't care about Ball Lightning, which means we'll put that on immediately, show it off 1 time. The other 2, I mean, Meteor I don't really care about as much, but I'd say Ball Lightning I care about the least. Meteor at least sounds interesting, but Blizzard is hell yes. Good, multiple enemies here. Yeah, that is just shitty damage. For 50 cost, that is just trash. There you go, that's ball lightning. Next is Meteor here. So Meteor still won't be great damage. It does put a dot, so when enemies are attacking me and surrounding me, you know, I could do that, especially when I freeze them and all that. But it's not going to be worth it for the damage.
Bearer of Lilith's blood, she will have your soul.
Right here, so... Wow, that's not at all what I was supposed to do. There! Oh, did I not take it? What just happened there? Oh, because we have the thingy. The skill that lets us have 1 point in all of them. I was wondering why I still had that. Alright, now we try it. Next enemy that we see here. Group, perfect, right here. Bam, and it does the dot. But again, like, I can just kill them with this once. That shows how weak that is. And you can just see, I mean, it does 164, and this is with a +1. And then 110, so even like just total, it does 270. Whereas this does 370 for 8 seconds. So, now we just gotta see how often it procs, but like, again, this seems so much better. Okay, so it's little bits of damage over time, but still, that is far and away the one that I would use. And I actually really like that. I don't know if it fits in my build, though, because I'd have to replace Teleport, which, again, before we started using it, would have been okay. But it's not only that, but it also uses mana. But it's one cast for 8 seconds, so it shouldn't be that bad. One of those things I like, for sure. I'm not sure. So we'll test it here. Oh, this is a perfect time to test it. Slay the Chin. Here we go. Well, that would actually synergize very well with the passive I don't have yet with my basic attack. That gives me mana when I attack a chilled enemy. Since he's guaranteed to be chilled here. I'll be getting mana, but I have to use him the basic attack. Oh god. Okay. He's filling the ass. I don't know what that is. If that is scripted or... I mean, I shouldn't have knockdown.
I need time to prepare.
Alright. Oh, so that was just an event. I thought that was the actual quest. Still a cool event.
My bags are full.
Oh. So there's a... Oh, man. There's a limit to how many... Oh, okay. I thought that was currency. Oh, shit. Now I don't know what's new. It is here. Okay. Here's the wand. Oh, I think these are the 3 I'm keeping or something. Yeah, I was keeping those 3. Let me go ahead and drop you. There. Pick up You. So it does chip away a little bit. But again, it also chills them. It's just a one cast. And the fact that not only chills them, it will then potentially freeze them. Again, far and away, Blizzard is the one I want. Do we use it? I don't know. Here are the codex pages.
Let's see here. Yes. Yes, without a doubt, this is the Forgotten Codex. Finally! I am bound by my word. You shall know the magic secrets contained in this book. We will work together. Come, I have prepared for this ritual.
Enter the abandoned shack.
All right, let me get these incantations sorted properly. Would you be so kind as to light the elemental braziers? Gales of air, hear us. Sparks of fire, hear us. Peaks of earth, hear us. Tides of water, hear us.
Fire's lit.
Looks like some of these pages are damaged. No matter. I can infer the meaning from context.
Are you sure that's wise?
Hey.
I refuse to let caution keep me from the secrets of this book. I've come too far.
Shouldn't we be inferring things with
Oh,
magic?
great powers of the elemental forces, guardians of the hidden gates. I call to you in the names of the divine and infernal powers that you would hear us and obey. That should do it. You have to take a firm hand with these spirits. Something is wrong. No.
Good demons. Spawn them all at once. Just do it. You okay?
I don't know what to say. I'm certain my interpolations were correct, or at least in the spirit of the original. All this wasted effort. Perhaps my translation of the book was incorrect. I'm going back to Kurast to study my notes again. I think it's best if I leave the book with you. Consider it thanks for your help.
Satin Codex.
I cannot carry more.
Thought so. Okay. Latin Codex is one of those things. Dexterity, mana reduction, lucky, cooldown. There's the wand. That would be better. Two of these combined are better DPS. Now, I don't know. I'm not really caring about DPS. I'm more concerned about that, so I'd have to look into that. Okay. And that unlocked. Here we go. You can assign enchantment slots to gain passive versions of skills. There it is. Okay, enchantment effect. So for Frostbolt, direct damage from skills applies up to 15% chill. Chain Lightning, which I wouldn't want to sacrifice, forms automatically after spending 100 mana. Ice Armor. Getting hit gives you a 5% chance to apply Ice Armor. Cool, but I would prefer, obviously, proccing it all the time when I want it. Frost Nova. Lucky Hit. Your conjuration skills have a 30% chance to unleash a Frost Nova when hitting enemies. So when the Hydra hits an enemy, every hit has a 30% chance of proccing Frost Nova. That sounds really powerful. See, I gotta see how often they attack, but that might be worth it. After spending 300 mana, a 5-headed Hydra spawns for 5 seconds. Teleport. Evade is replaced with a short-range teleport on a 17-second cooldown. That might be perfect for me, because that would free up the slot. I gotta see if that might work. Okay. Firewall. Each time an enemy takes burning damage, there's 5% chance to spawn 2 firewalls. Blizzard. Every 15 seconds, a blizzard forms over you and follows you for 6 seconds. Okay, that and teleport both seem awesome, because they both free up a slot and I can use the other one freely. 3% chance for meteor to fall on enemies. Crit strikes have 25% chance to spawn a ball lightning. Okay, well both of these sound amazing, and I also kind of want to test out this whole 30% chance to unleash a Frost Nova from Hydra. Let's test all. First, we're going to try the Frost Nova. Oh, I can still use it. It's not sacrificing it. Oh, I thought it was sacrificing a spell. So that's good, but okay. So we're just going to test. Alright. Let's just go out here. So we have less than a half hour. We're just going to run around the map. We're not even going to do quests. Testing out these things. But first, I have to go to the bathroom. So, let's get out of the way in case there's anyone like spawning on me, if there's any kind of issues. I will be right back. Alright. So our first test is seeing how often this Frost Nova procs, because it should be every 3 to 4 hits of the Hydra, which means I have to use Hydra in rotation now normally, which wouldn't be much of an issue. That's what we're testing right now. Oh, since when was there a chest
I cannot
here?
carry
Oh,
more.
got so much shit.
Came apart nicely.
technically, I'm gonna test out the wand and shit
Best
if we have
armor in
time.
the... I'll take it.
Because it totally matters getting the best gear for the last 20 minutes here. Alright. Shouldn't be getting all the gear for that. Alright, so Hydra. Gotta see how often it attacks, but since there's 3 heads, I expect them to attack pretty often. You, alright. It's not popping Frost Nova. That is not 30% chance when they attack. I don't... The conjuration skills have a 30% chance to unleash Nova when hitting enemies. So maybe Hydra's different because it's like, they mean per cast. That's what I would think. Because we can test this out easy enough. So this replaces Evade with Teleport on a 17-second cooldown. And there you go, it's already on cooldown. Not that we were using it for the damage aspect, but we'll make sure it has damage as well. It does. So it is straight up evade. And actually, let's compare that to normal evade. So normal evade, or teleport, I mean, has a 10-second cooldown. But because I get 2 of them because the gear I have, it's technically better. 2 and 17 seconds. Now it is shorter range, it says, but what's shorter range mean? It looks the same range to me. So that's a very clean, easy replacement right there. Lastly, another interesting one. Every 15 seconds, Blizzard forms for 6 seconds. Now, Blizzard is one of the ones that doesn't have a cooldown, it costs mana. But again, basically, every 9 seconds, or you will have like 9 seconds of nothing, and then 6 seconds of Blizzard, 9 seconds of nothing, 6 seconds of Blizzard. Although it might can't. I guess the countdown starts after Blizzard ends. Never mind. But still, I think this one of these two would be the best. So it should just start doing Blizzard. And if it doesn't, this would actually confirm that maybe I do have to take it off the bar. Which would be why the Frost Nova thing didn't work. So let me just make sure. Okay, there it goes, right there. So it works on the bar and everything. So would I rather cast Blizzard? Or would I rather... I mean, I'd rather do this because I get to conserve that 40 mana. And I can teleport when I want. Now, of course, not that it's going to be that annoying, but you know what? Proccing every couple seconds could be qualified as annoying. Wait, let's time that. Okay, that's only a 7-second difference between casts of Blizzard, so every 7 seconds Blizzard casts. That's pretty powerful, so obviously this is the better damage dealer, whereas Teleport also is convenience. I'm curious, so yeah, it must be Conjuration. It doesn't count for the Hydras. Yeah, that makes sense, it doesn't count for the Hydras. Get them hit with this. Being slowed. And that was him blowing up. But I think because he died, not because of the ice thing. Alright. So I mean, both of them are awesome. Either having my evade become teleport, or having Blizzard proc at all times. For now, we'll have the Blizzard proc at all times, I guess. Bam. Cool. And I guess, since we're looking at it, let's just see what, like, most of these passives are. When you use a cooldown, enemies around you are stunned for half a second. Direct damage from skills applies burning over time. Killing an enemy has a chance for crackling energy. Don't care. Every 20 seconds, a serpent spawns and incinerates enemies for 6 seconds. So kind of like Blizzard. When you kill an enemy, they explode in a fireball for 50% of its damage. Yo, wait a minute. So that's guaranteed 100 damage for every kill? That might be a 1-point wonder and then sacrifice. Whenever you cast a non-basic skill, you have a 20% chance to launch a frozen orb at nearby enemy. Ice shards automatically conjure and apply towards frozen enemies. When you stun an enemy, 40% chance to release 3 charge bolts. Flame shield automatically activates when you take fatal damage. That's useful. Maybe in town. I thought there'd be no enemies here. Oh, hell was I? What do you know about these? Every 20 seconds in cooldowns you spend, you spawn ice blades on a random enemy. Absorb crackling energy as a chance to conjure a spear. Alright, so some of these are a lot better than others. 3% chance for a meteor to fall on enemies. Each time an enemy takes burning damage, 5% chance to spawn 2 firewalls. Oh, you looked at those ones. Alright. Let's try a 1-point wonder, just for the passive sake. Let's put a point in fireball. Supposedly, every enemy that dies now explodes for 100 damage. Do this while we're here. I think this spawns the groups of enemies. I ain't seen explosion. Yeah, that's not... Oh. There. There it goes. Didn't equip the thing. That's a small radius, but with how close everyone is, should usually hit. Yeah, killed that guy outright. Interesting, so it is a small radius. That's the negative. It's a small radius. So yeah, I see for me 3 really good options. Either making my dodge a teleport, making this fireball on death, or, you know, explosion on death, or the blizzard every X amount of seconds. All those are really cool. It's like right there when they're all grouped up. Explosions on explosions on explosions. Huh. Okay. That is really, really fun. Interesting. I honestly don't know which one I'd want. Again, if there was more interactivity, if I was using, because there is more in the skill tree, if I was using more interactivity with like the chilled and frozen stuff, that would definitely incentivize the blizzard. In terms of raw damage, I think the blizzard is... It was doing... Let me try the blizzard again. The blizzard was doing 13 per hit. It was hitting like really often. Like multiple hits per second. So you know the fireball is doing 100 damage. Blizzard. Come on, Blizzard. Come on, Blizzard. Here we go. 3 or 4 hits per second, so that's doing roughly, I don't know, we'll say 70 or so damage per second. I'm just trying to think, like, in terms of pure damage. So we're already saying, like, if we actually use interactivity with chill and all that, it's Blizzard. For pure damage, I don't know, it's kind of equal between the Fireball and the Blizzard, because the Fireball is good, it's just it's such a small radius. I think the Blizzard might also have the edge in damage. But obviously the Blizzard's X amount of seconds, whereas Fireball's every kill. But I'd probably give the edge to Blizzard, and obviously if you spec into a bunch of things, like again, for this, for instance, getting mana when you hit frozen enemies would be great. It's just that's with the basic attack. If it was with any attack, that would be different. But I'd say Blizzard has the edge. So it really is still is Blizzard or Teleport with the dodge. Is there any passives specifically for ice? So obviously barriers, chill enemies. Oh wait. Oh, never mind. Okay, I thought. Never mind. Yeah. There isn't really any. I was really hoping for like something specifically with Frozen. Frost skills deal 5% more damage to elites. Deal increased damage to chilled enemies in Frozen. So like in this next tree, if you did this, I mean you're already getting chilled enemies as is with your Frost Nova. But then that also does it when Frost Nova's not up. Cold damage against vulnerable. Here we go. This is what I was hoping for. Cold damage against vulnerable enemies have 20% chance to generate 5 mana. So I'm assuming, obviously, good assumption, that Blizzard is cold damage. It is. So all of those hits would have 20% chance to give 5 mana when they're vulnerable. And again, Frost Nova makes enemies vulnerable for 4 seconds. So for 4 seconds, if you time it properly, which, you know, is another thing, but if they're vulnerable and it does that, all those hits we're getting against groups of enemies, again, we're getting like 4 hits per second per enemy. And you can easily get, let's round down, 4 enemies. So that's 16 hits per second at 20% to generate 5 mana. So that's a way to get tons of mana, if it works that way. It might not work that way, but it seems like we can't test it, unfortunately. But it seems like if you take this Frigid Breeze and you use the Blizzard thing, so obviously Frost Nova is guaranteed to make them vulnerable. There's probably some other vulnerable things through here. So this is probably all we're going to do for the rest of the beta. Just look at some of these skills, see how synergies potentially work. Let me just look and see if there's any kind of either vulnerable or mana getting back or chilled or frozen synergy. Like obviously I know this stuff here. So, I mean, again, with the Frozen Orb, another way to make enemies vulnerable. The explosion has a chance to make them vulnerable. Or the explosion gives you mana, but we really tested it out, it's not that great. Ice Shards is a way to benefit from frozen enemies, because it makes them ricochet when they're frozen. And then hitting a specific enemy makes it vulnerable. That one's not that important. Again, with the ice armor, I don't need it, but vulnerable enemies give me more armor. But again, we're already full on armor, so it really doesn't matter. There's not any for me specifically, and there's really not too many more things that either give vulnerability or benefit from vulnerability, from chill or whatnot. And there's already enough. It's not like there's not a lot. I'm just like looking into if there's anything I missed or whatever. Ice Blades is a way to make enemies vulnerable, potentially 30% chance. And then every time you hit someone that's vulnerable... Oh, this is the one that reduces cooldown. So there's a tactic. If you go all out with vulnerability, Ice Blades makes them vulnerable to chance. Frost Nova guarantees it. But that's right, Ice Blades was shitty. It was a really slow attacking thing. Damn. Obviously, you can upgrade Blizzard to do more damage to frozen enemies. I wonder if you get any of these passives if they proc. You can either make your mana usage be less when Blizzard's active, or the duration increases by 4 seconds if your mana's above 50. I wonder if they proc on this passive part. Fire stuff, so that shouldn't matter. Alright. So again... Well, I haven't even looking at this, or whatever. This is the ultimates here. Deep Freeze. Become immune. Constantly chill. Oh yeah, that's right. When I was making my build, again, not as in last night, but when I was thinking about the build like last week, Deep Freeze for the ultimate sounded awesome. It, again, goes into chilling. It's basically Frost Nova. But it constantly goes out for, what, 4 seconds while you're also immune, doing tons of damage. And that would also coincide again with the whole, like, chilling aspect. Alright. Well, again, as we reach the end here of the beta, just for the sake of turning it off, let me go ahead and deposit this. So yeah, Diablo IV beta. Really fun. As always, I am extremely skeptical. I'm not even skeptical, I'm just upset about the online only thing. Even though this is pretty much as good as you can get, very few issues with the online aspects. Like I said, there's literally no positives to forcing online only. Any positives that you would think of would still be there if you had just the standard online-offline options. Any positives applying to that would still apply if there was an online versus offline mode. So there's no gaming, or like consumer-wise, there's no consumer positive to having this online only. It's all negatives, all things that could go wrong. Servers being down, needing maintenance, lag, rubber banding, hacking, issue upon issue upon issue. The only reason they do it is, again, to combat piracy. So I'm always going to be skeptical and upset about that. But again, I mean, in the testing, it's worked out fine. We had one disconnect, had one issue with loading screen, but otherwise it's been fine. But still, I don't care if it goes perfectly. There would never be a chance of any of that happening if there was an offline mode. Whereas there's always a chance of it happening because it's always online. That sucks. Otherwise, it's been really, really fun. Really enjoying it. I'm assuming that the beta gave you much more experience than you would normally get. It probably gave you much better drop rates than you normally get, because things went pretty fucking fast. But hopefully that's the case, and it makes sense because they want you to test out skills and stuff. And even I was able to do that. I haven't streamed every day for 10 hours like some people will. We did the first day for a little bit. But like even in my brief play stuff, like I can see how things can synergize. It's really cool, different builds and stuff. So it seems really, really awesome. It did show me that in terms of my hierarchy, I originally guessed, again just guessing, that I would enjoy Rogue the most, slightly followed by Necromancer, and then maybe Sorcerer. Instead, I enjoy Rogue the most by far, and then Sorcerer, and then Necromancer. They're all still ones for me. I could totally main any of them, no issue, but Rogue was just, for some reason, it just hit right. It just hit. I enjoy it so much. And I'm still really enjoying Sorcerer. So honestly, Rogue and Sorcerer are neck and neck, especially now that we're seeing some of these more advanced things you can do. So I'll still probably main a rogue in the when I play it and stream it. But I would definitely enjoy playing a sorcerer when I do my second playthrough. And then necromancer. So that was really fun. Otherwise, again, I'm really enjoying what I'm seeing. The aesthetics. It's nice to be back to, like, you know, the more medieval style, less vibrant, less cartoony aesthetics, I guess we'll say. Everything felt nice in terms of combat. It just had a good feel to it. It was punchy. It did lots of different things. Obviously, there's dots, there's ricochets, there's debuffs. Like, so everything just felt really cool. It felt nice. And again, I come away very impressed. My only negative is again, it's the online only thing, which, once again, we didn't see issues with it being online only. But I don't care. Because it's online only, it inherently has the potential to have issues. And that's the only real negative from it. We'll see when it comes out, how it goes, all that stuff. But I come away very impressed and very excited. Like I said, I've been wanting to play an ARPG for years. I've done so many secondary ARPGs, Victor Ron, Van Helsing, a couple others. I've replayed PoE. I've replayed Grim Dawn, doing the Reign of Terror, which is like the Diablo II mod. And, you know, PoE and Grim Dawn scratched the itch, but it came back very quickly. The other ones did not. So I'm so excited for this, man. It should be awesome. Just really hoping none of this online shit fucks with anything. But here we are. Servers should be going down any second now. So fuck it. I'll just go ahead and close it anyways. But there it is. There is Diablo IV. Super awesome. Really enjoyed it. And really excited for when it finally comes out.
Well done.
Yay!